And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them.
See, you do good just to give your life up at this time if you don't make it to the escape route, the place of safety, which is the wilderness. There is no rapture. But you can make it to the wilderness, but if you don't, you do good to give your life up. What verse you at?
That was it.
That's it? Okay, let's go to Revelation 12 now. Back up a couple of chapters. Because now we're going to show you what God can prepare for you to escape. It's so clear, it ain't even funny. See, we know this is going to happen. God is going to do something on the magnitude that he's never done before, except when he brought Israel out of Egypt. That's what he's going to do on the end. That's the only way. It's got to be miraculous for us to get away from this. But it won't be nothing out of the norm like you being swooped up to heaven. He don't operate like that. He is practical. He let it play itself out among men. He didn't just swoop Israel up to heaven in the old day. Revelation 12 and 1. 12 and 1. Go ahead.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Now this wonder is referring to God's church, which started with Israel. But now let's see what's going to happen to this woman with this crown of 12 stars. Go ahead, verse 6.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
Now she did what?
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
She fled into the wilderness. You mean she wasn't raptured up to heaven? Didn't say that, did it? She did. The woman represent the church, brothers and sisters. These are people that got understanding like us. We going to know at a certain time it's time to drop everything. I know some of these Hebrews going to be so happy too, because you don't want to go to work or do nothing anyway. So when the time comes, you see that, you're going to be like, oh yeah, skip that job, I'm going. But he's telling you it's going to come a time. Didn't Jesus say when you see the abomination of desolation stand in the holy place, drop everything? Don't even go back. So that means if you got a paycheck coming, you ain't supposed to go back and be trying to get it. Where my check? I need my check, boss. Some Hebrews crazy. They be trying to do that. I just want to have a little pocket change. He said, don't do it, didn't he? He said, drop everything. Jesus said that. That means it's going to come a day, nothing else is going to matter, is it? He said, flee. He ain't telling you to flee to some mountain somewhere where you can't be taken care of. Obviously, he got a plan to take care of you, don't he? Why would the Lord tell you to flee somewhere and you ain't got nothing with you to survive? Unless he got a plan to take care of you. That's what he's telling you. So I know wherever I'm at, all I got to do is make it to that place. Wherever I'm at. You could be on the other side of the world. All I got to do is make it there. If he told some people to flee there, don't go get nothing. Don't go back in your house and get no extra clothes, no water, no nothing. I know it's going to be good. But the scripture telling you that. So the woman did what she was told. This is a lot of people that make up God's church. A lot of them. A few going to be left, but a lot going to make it. What did it say? Verse 6, read it again.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
She fled into the wilderness. It didn't say she got raptured to heaven, did it? You can't read that, but she fled into the wilderness. Go ahead.
Where she had a place prepared of God.
Oh, you mean she got a place already set up, huh? Right here on the earth. God say he can feed you in the midst of your enemy. Well, that's what he going to do. Go ahead.
That they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Oh, that ain't no coincidence, is it? And you mean exactly what we done read all the time. When the man is doing his dirt for 40 and 2 months, this woman is hiding out for 40 and 2 months, 1,260 days, right? Exactly, no coincidence. A times and a half, 1,260 days, 40 and 2 months. Same thing here, right? We had one time in Daniel, it said 1,290 days. I told you that was just because of the daily sacrifice had to be taken away. So that's counting another 30 days for that. That gives you some indication on how long that's going to go on. So when we see them sacrificing animals, it's time to start shining your shoes in. But when the man stopped the sacrifice, we done laced them up. And when he moved to the temple, it's over with. So He said the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared of God, that they going to feed her there 1,203 square days. So I ain't had to go out and plant nothing, did I? I ain't had to have me some green peppers and all kind of stuff stored up nowhere, did I? I ain't had to do nothing. All I got to do is make it to this place. I believe this. But go ahead, skip down now to verse 14.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle.
Now, it's even going to show you how dynamic God is going to work to get the woman there. See, you going to flee, but if it don't be for God helping you, you ain't going to go nowhere. Israel fled from Pharaoh in Egypt, but they couldn't do nothing without God, could they? They didn't even know where they was going. Matter of fact, if you read Exodus 13, God led them the long way on purpose. He said, if I take them the right way, if I take them the short way, the direct way, they might get scared, see war, and go back. He said, I got to take them the long way. They scared, but. And that's what he did. He took them the long way. Then they got locked in where Pharaoh had them. But God did some miracles, didn't he? Split the Red Sea. Well, we talk about nothing short of that is going to happen in our days, brothers. So they got to. That's the only way. So you ain't need no weapons. You ain't got to have no food saved up. All you got to do is have faith in God, be doing his will, and react when it's time to react. And he going to show you the way. He said, read 14 again.
And to whom, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle.
2 wings of a great eagle. That sounds kind of miraculous. Eagle can't take no whole lot of people nowhere, literally. But this is symbolic of showing you it's God's mighty power. 2 wings of a great eagle, this woman. This is the same woman we read at verse 6 that fled into the wilderness, right? Go ahead.
That she might fly into the wilderness.
Oh, she's flying into the wilderness. This ain't no rapture, though. Don't get it wrong. It's just showing you she fled. We already saw she fled, right? So it's showing you it's by God's power that she's going to make it to the wilderness. He's going to have to intervene. Go ahead.
Into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time.
Same thing. She going to be nourished and taken care of. That's why. Now it should make sense why Jesus said in Matthew 24, verse 15, when you see the abomination of desolation stand in the holy place, whoso read let him understand. When you see this, verse 16 said, flee into the mountains. Don't go back and get nothing. If I don't go back and get nothing, you got to have something there for me, right?
Right.
Well, that's what he said. It's a place prepared. That's what he said here, verse 14, where she is nourished. For how long? A time, times, and a half a time. How long is that? 3.5 years. Who's she being nourished from? Who doing the dirt in the rest of the world? Go ahead.
From the face of the serpent.
From the face of the serpent. That's the devil.